Hey everyone, this is Sam from PrismScroll with the patch notes for this week for the Player iOS app. Basically, just kind of a bunch of small little changes and improvements, mainly the quick roll interface implemented in more spots, and then some small changes to the wrapping list buttons, and just small miscellaneous crash reports that I appreciate everybody reporting. So I'll kind of go through that, and then I'll show you one thing that is new in UI that will be sort of interesting. All right, going forward, there was a weird crash that happened where you couldn't add spells when you didn't multi-class when you leveled up, or when you didn't subclass when you leveled up. It was just kind of a very specific scenario, so somebody reported that. We got that fixed. Since implementing the split screen on iPad, there are still some things that are causing a few issues. So we fixed some alerts that were not sizing correctly when you change the split screen size. So the alerts and then the wrapping list view had some issues where it caused this weird crash if you entered the sheet and then you left and then you came back. It was just causing some weird issues. You weren't able to pick custom languages for your proficiencies, so that is going to be an option now in this patch. There was a crash with when you had to trying to edit magic weapons damage in the digital sheet. And then the biggest kind of change of this update is quick roll interface being implemented to edit damage for weapons and magic weapons. So basically, rather than editing one line of damage, you're going to be able to use the quick roll interface to build a roll for each weapon or magic weapon that has damage. So that's going to give you a lot more versatility. You're going to be able to have more than one dice and damage type, and you're going to be able to add constants, character constants like proficiency bonus and stat modifiers that will be tracked as you level up. There is only one thing where if you change a stat manually and it's not through leveling up, it's not going to update. So that's just something to keep an eye out for. I'd say it's for the most part going to be correct, but just when you roll it, just kind of make sure everything is in the right order. We're still improving the tool proficiencies section, so I think we're still missing a couple of things, but we added water vehicles to this update, so you're going to be able to have proficiency in a water vehicle. And then the last thing, also some kind of miscellaneous changes. Wolf Wild Shape had the wrong armor class, and then I'll show you here what's kind of changed with selecting spells when you level up. So when you have a prepared caster or just current spells, it's going to keep track of what classes you have selected and then filter the spells first by the max spell slot that you have available as a caster or multi-caster, and then what caster classes you have. So you'll see here that it's a shortened list of just Paladin and any caster spells. And then if you want, or if the app made some error, you can press the view all spellcasters, which filters the spells with only the spell slot requirement. So you'll see here that I still only have one spell slot as the level 1 spell slot as a max as my Paladin level 2, but it's going to show all of the spells just in case there's some special feature that allows you to pick a spell from a different spell list until we get custom spell lists and expanded spell lists up and running. So that is a nice improvement. I think it will help reduce, if you kind of have an idea of what you're doing, you'll have less to kind of look at. I do have a couple things, the last spell is a little bit kind of blocked up, but for the most part, it's not too bad. So that is good. So that's kind of one of the major UI changes. Now with the later in the week, we'll be moving on to the DM app to work on the moving over the custom creations to the DM app so they can create everything. And then also working on the encounter creator, which we should see a little bit of tomorrow, depending on how much the creator moving over to the other app should be pretty easy. I think the difficult part is just the importing The DM app doesn't have any overwriting at this moment, so, or like updating, so that is going to be a project, and I think I might want to rewrite that importing alert process because it's basically a big spaghetti mess right now, but it works. So that is all we got for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.